Hello class, here is another video that I thought I would post to help you in your writing. So right now you are working on your summaries for Michael Pollan's An Animal's Place. And I've noticed that many of you are doing a good job with your writing, but I have some easy tricks that should make your writing better. So the first thing I want to talk about is combining simple sentences. Alright, so I'm going to read this for you. If you look right here, you'll see that the original sentence is basically the same format. You have your subject and your predicate, and you're talking about two different authors. Lieberman believes that college is an integral tool on the road to success. Bird asserts college can be a meaningless experience if the student is not motivated internally. Okay, so we have two really good sentences there, but if we combine them together and use a conjunction, it could be even stronger. So the Revised Version reads, Lieberman believes that college is an integral tool on the road to success, while Bird asserts college can be a meaningless experience if the student is not motivated internally. So as you can see, all I did is insert the conjunction while, and before while, I put a comma. And if you don't know the rule about commas and conjunctions, here it is right here, okay? Here's the rule. So what you do, if you ever wonder if you should have a comma before a conjunction like and, or but, all you have to do is look at the second half of the sentence, okay? If the second half of the sentence can stand by itself, meaning it's a complete sentence by itself, it doesn't need any help from any other parts of the sentence. If it can stand alone, then you know that you need a comma before that conjunction. If it cannot stand alone, then you don't need a comma. I'll give you an example, an easier example. Okay? So what if I said, Anna went to the store and bought some apples. Okay, definitely not a scholarly sentence, but you get the point. Anna went to the store and bought some apples. If you look at this, I have a conjunction here. Okay, as you can see, the first part of the sentence, Anna went to the store, could stand alone. Okay, but if you look at this part of the sentence, bought some apples, then it can't stand alone. That's not a complete sentence because there is no subject. That's how I know that I do not need a comma before the conjunction and. All right. If I simply inserted a subject, she, for the second part of the sentence, I look at it now. She bought some apples. It can stand alone. Therefore, I would put a comma before the conjunction. Do you get it? If you don't, rewind and watch again. All right, let's move on to tip number 2. Invert a few sentences. So invert is a fancy word for turn them around, flip them, okay? So let's look at the original sentence. Many students attend college because they feel pressure from outside sources like parents and friends. Okay? Just by looking at that conjunction, because, and flipping the sentence so that the sentence begins with because, I have a much better mixed up variety of a sentence, especially if all my sentences sort of sound alike and start and end the same way. This is a way to get some variety in your writing. Okay, so here's what I did. I took the second part and put it first. Because they feel pressure from outside sources, like parents and friends, then I put my comma, and then I started with the beginning. Many students attend college. Now, some of you are thinking right now, my teacher told me I was never allowed to begin a sentence with because. That's because your teacher was probably afraid that you would end up with a fragment. For example, if you only had this as your sentence, then it would be a fragment because they feel pressure from outside sources like parents and friends. But if you put a comma there and you flip the sentence around, it is definitely a complete sentence and it's a well-written sentence. You should try it. Now, let's look at number 3. Some of you in the comments that I'm writing for you, I am telling you to heighten your vocabulary. I really would like you to kill words like good and very and big. Okay? Let's heighten our vocabulary and write like scholars. If you're in a Word document, all you have to do is press Shift F7 and you can have a plethora. Did you like that word? A plethora of choices for synonyms for words like good and big and very. Okay? You've been using those words since you were probably 2 years old, so it's time to put them to rest in your writing. Here's an example of some of the things that I see in your paper. The content's there, the thought is there, but the writing is not scholarly. College is a big risk if kids are there for the wrong reasons. All right, the thought is there. It's a very true statement. After we read Lieberman and Bird, you know that. Let's use our thesaurus. So instead of big, college is a significant risk. All right, notice I'm changing the word kids. Kids is a slang term. A kid is actually a baby goat. Okay, so we don't want to use kids in our formal essays. So, young people, meaning people of college age. Instead of are there, I'm going to say attend. And instead of the wrong reasons, I'm going to tell you exactly what those reasons are, for reasons other than the desire to learn. College is a significant risk if young people attend for reasons other than the desire to learn. Now, doesn't that sound much better than the original sentence? All right, I really hope that you take these tricks and tips into consideration as you prepare to write your Hearst summary and as you prepare to meld those two pieces into your second template-based essay. If you have any questions, please call me or email me. I'm also going to post some grammar tips. A lot of you are making the same mistakes over and over again. I'm going to post some grammar rules and tips in a video later this week. All right, see you online.